Now students, we are we have discussed about the sources of irrigation. Now we have to discuss the traditional methods that are used for irrigation purposes. So you know that the water is available in the wells, lakes and canals. So how these waters are provided in the fields? There are different ways that the farmers are adopting. So the number one, from the figure you can see that is the moat. What is the moat? Moat means the pulley system. So the water is available in the wells. So with the help of this pulley, the container is dropped into the well, and then with the help of pulley, this container is brought back, and the farmer manually gives what? Water to the fields. Now next you can see that figure 1.b, the chain pump system. You can see that the container is attached to the wheel. The wheel will rotate, and from the lower side it will fill in the water, and when it will move at a degree of 360 degree, so it will fell down and the water automatically goes into the field. Number third is that Dakely system. So in place of the farmer, a wooden rod is attached. So one of the wooden stick, one end of the wooden stick is attached to the tumbler and other is attached to a stone. So what happens? The bucket is dipped into the well, and the stone will automatically, seesaw. Have you seen the seesaw? जहाँ पे वेट ज़्यादा होगा ऑटोमेटिकली वहाँ पे क्या हो जाएगा? जहाँ पे वेट ज़्यादा होता है वहाँ पे क्या होता है? वो साइड डाउन चली जाती है, और जहाँ पे वेट कम होता है वो साइड अप आ जाती है. तो वैसे ही ये बैलेंस होता रहेगा और पानी यहाँ से ऊपर आएगा, एंड देन फार्मर will what? Take the bucket and will give the water to the fields. This is called as a Dakely system. Then the last one is राहत, जिसको हम लीवर सिस्टम भी बोलते हैं. इसमें विद द हेल्प ऑफ कैटल और ह्यूमन लेबर क्या होगा? ये वेल्स, ट्यूबवेल से क्या होगा? वाटर निकलेगा और यहाँ से ये सप्लाई होगा डायरेक्टली टू द फील्ड. सो दीज आर द डिफरेंट वेज, दीज आर द ट्रेडिशनल वेज बाय विच द फार्मर्स आर गिविंग water to the fields. So water available in the wells, lakes and canals is lifted up by different methods in different regions for taking it to the fields. So some use cattle, some use human labor. So in this method either cattle or human labor is used. So these methods are actually cheaper, but they are less efficient. So in place of these traditional methods, now modern methods have been used. So there are two modern methods. One is sprinkler system and other is drip system. So this is the sprinkler system. So I will show you what happened. Actually this system is very useful even in the uneven land, जहाँ पे ज़मीन जो है वो क्या नहीं है, flat नहीं है. This method is even suitable for that. Because in the previous while we were discussing the preparation of the soil, तो हमने क्या बोला था? The leveling should be there, but sometimes there will be uneven land. For the uneven distribution of the land, this sprinkler system is very useful. So this system is useful on the uneven land where sufficient water is not available. So what happens in this system, student? This is the system. So actually there is a main pipeline that is attached to the water source. Maybe that water source is somewhere far. So with the help of these sub pipes, the perpendicular pipes having rotating nozzles. At the top you can see the circular rotating nozzles that is sprinkling water like the rain is showering. So the perpendicular pipes, these are having a rotating nozzles on the top, are joined to the main pipe. यहाँ से पीछे से वो क्या होती है? Main pipe के साथ connected होती है. So when water is allowed to flow through the main pipe under pressure with the help of the pump, the water start escaping out of these sprinkles. It gets sprinkled on the crop as if it raining. So sprinkler is very useful even for lawns. जिनके घर में lawn होता है ना, you even in your school ground, this system is followed. If you have observed during summers, you know ना, ग्राउंड क्या हो जाती है, सूख जाती है. सो we follow the same system. We are also following the sprinkler system. When you come to the school, you can observe. So it is very important even for the lawns, coffee plantations and several other crops. Now the second is the drip system. So drip system is the same again. क्या होगा, this system में क्या होगा, again motor is connected और क्या होगा कि जो water होगा it will start falling drop by drop. और कहाँ पे fall होगा, directly near the roots. So यहाँ पे water drop by drop roots के पास जाके ड्रिप होगा. दैट्स वाई दिस सिस्टम इज कॉल्ड एज अ ड्रिप सिस्टम. बेटा इट इज़ द बेस्ट टेक्निक. क्यों, यू नो दैट कि नाउ द वाटर इज वेस्टेड बाय वी पीपल, बट वेयर देयर इज अ स्कार्सिटी ऑफ वाटर, सो दिस मेथड इज़ वेरी यूजफुल. सो इट इज़ द बेस्ट टेक्निक फॉर वाटरिंग फ्रूट प्लांट्स. जहाँ पे जिन प्लांट्स को फ्रूट प्लांट्स को वाटर की ज़्यादा रिक्वायरमेंट होती है तो हम उसमें ड्रिप सिस्टम का यूज़ कर सकते हैं. Gardens, trees, so water is not wasted at all in this system, you can see, and it is a boon in regions where there is a scarcity of water, where there is a availability of water is poor. Okay, this is about the two system. Now this is all about irrigation. Now we are going to discuss about the protection of weeds. Firstly you should know what are weeds. So students, weeds are nothing but the undesirable parts of the plants, or you can say that these are the undesirable plants that start growing along with the crops. So what they do, they will start competing with the main crop for water, nutrients, space and light. And if we will start competing with the main crop for the water, nutrients, space and light, so they will affect the growth of the crop. These weeds will not provide you anything. They will, what they will do, they will start consuming the material that is required by the main plant. So they will affect the growth of the crop. So some weeds even interfere even in the harvesting. Sometimes हम क्या नहीं कर पाते, weeds को properly cut नहीं कर पाते, तो क्या होगा, when we harvest the crop, these weeds start what, they will come in with the crop only, and maybe it seems poisonous for animals and humans if we will consume it. So in a field many undesirable plants may grow naturally along with the crop. So these undesirable plants are called as weeds. So you know, farmers adopt many ways so that they can remove these weeds and control their growth. The first method they have adopted is they have started tilling before sowing of the crop. These will help if weeds are grown naturally. So while tilling, what will happen, we will cut these weeds and they may dry up and get mixed with the soil. So what is the best time for what do you think, what is the best time for removing these weeds? The best time for the removal of the weeds is before, when they come to their flowering stage, when they start producing flowers. So you can either cut these weeds manually or you can cut it with the machine. So there is a manually how you can cut. Yes, you can cut it with the khurpi. Why khurpi? Because khurpi will help you people to dig the weeds from the root level. But if you will start cutting it with the sickle, sickle will only cut the weeds from the area where it touches the ground. But what about the root? So root के लिए हमें खुरपी बेस्ट रहेगी. एंड अनदर इज सीड ड्रिल. सो सीड ड्रिल कैन बी यूज टू रिमूव दिस वीड्स. So weeds can also be controlled by spraying some medicine that are called as weedicide. So one such example is 2,4-D. D is dichlorophenoxy nucleic acid. Okay, so you can 2,4-dichlorophenoxy acetic acid. So you can also spray these type of weedicides to kill the weeds. They do not damage the crops. Okay, the weedicides are diluted with water and then they are sprayed in the fields with the help of sprayer. If large amount of weedicide will be sprayed, then it will be harmful, because if it will get mixed with water or crops, it will be poisonous. It can affect our health. So as already mentioned, the weedicides are sprayed during the vegetative growth. We have discussed here ना कि हमें इसको फ्लावरिंग स्टेज से पहले ही कट करना पड़ेगा. सो and spraying, but one important thing is while spraying weedicides, you must take care of yourself. You must cover your nose and mouth with a piece of cloth because spraying weedicide may affect the health. Okay, so do you think it is important to cut the weeds? Yes, because these weeds gives us nothing. They give nothing as an output, but they only compete with the main crop for the water, nutrient, space and light. That is important for the plants to grow. Now the last step is harvesting. Now the crop is fully matured. So harvesting of a crop is an important task. So we should cut the crop after it gets mature. So this is called as harvesting. The cutting of a crop after it gets mature, this is called as harvesting. So harvesting we can done either with manually or with the device. अगर manually करना है then you can make use of a sickle. But अगर आपको क्या करना होगा, अगर आपको मशीन की हेल्प से करना है then there is a machine called thresher. Actually harvester, there is a machine called harvester, thresher, combine. So combine is a machine that work as a harvester as well as thresher. Now what is thresher? Actually thresher is a machine that is used for threshing. Now what is threshing? Actually the crops that you harvest, they contain the सीड्स एज वेल एज द चाफ. हमें उसमें से सारी क्रॉप्स नहीं चाहिए होती, हमें मेन ग्रेन्स ही चाहिए होते हैं. सो द हार्वेस्टेड क्रॉप, इन द हार्वेस्टेड क्रॉप्स द ग्रेन शुड बी सेपरेटेड फ्रॉम द चाफ. सो व्हेन वी सेपरेट द ग्रेन्स फ्रॉम द चाफ, दिस प्रोसेस इज कॉल्ड एज थ्रेशिंग. सो दिस कैन बी डन विद द हेल्प ऑफ अ थ्रेशर और हार्वेस्टर. सो यू कैन सी, आई कैन शो यू. सो दिस इज अ harvester. So this harvester and this is a combine. This combine will do the work of the harvesting and threshing. Harvesting में क्या होगा, क्रॉप को आपको हार्वेस्ट करना है, कट करना है. मैनुअली तो आप किसकी हेल्प से कर लेते हो, सिकल की हेल्प से. बट व्हेन यू हैव टू डू इट ऑन ए लार्ज अमाउंट, जैसे देखो आप इन द पिक्चर यू कैन सी अ लार्ज एरिया कैन बी कवर्ड विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस हार्वेस्टर. सो क्रॉप can be separated from the field with the help of this harvester. So harvester की हेल्प से हम क्रॉप को हार्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं और थ्रेशर की हेल्प से हम ग्रेन्स को शाफ्ट से क्या कर सकते हैं, सेपरेट कर सकते हैं. अगर हमें थ्रेशिंग और हार्वेस्टिंग दोनों एक साथ चाहिए तो देन वी कैन मेक यूज ऑफ दिस combine. Okay, but what about the farmers that are having a small land? So from where they can they do not require this combine, they do not require this thresher, harvester. So name the device that is helpful for the farmers that have a small holdings of land and even they want to do the separation of grains from the chaff. So they do it via machine called winnower. So at the top they will put what? They will put the क्रॉप. सो क्या होगा, यहाँ पे आप यू कैन सी टू आउटलेट्स आर देयर. यहाँ से लाइट ग्रेन्स आएंगे और यहाँ से जो थोड़े हैवी ग्रेन्स होंगे. और यहाँ से हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा, फैन को ये हैंड क्रैंक को रिवॉल्व करना पड़ेगा और यहाँ से हमने क्रॉप को फीड करना है. ओके, और यहाँ से डस्ट बाहर आएगी. सो दिस इज अ विनोवर, दिस इज अ मशीन. These are used by the farmers that are having a small holdings of land. So this process is called as winnowing. Okay, so there are many festivals that are celebrated as a harvesting festivals, like you have heard about the Baisakhi, Pongal, Holi, Diwali, Bihu. So these are the name of the festivals that we are celebrating during the harvesting season. Now last one is storage. Okay, so students, now we have harvested the crops. Now it's time to store. So what are the preventive measures that you need to take care of while storing the crops? Beta, storage is very important because you have produced the crop. Now you have to manage it so that it should not be spoiled, it should not be destroyed, because a large production need what? A better safe area so that this crop should not be damaged. So storage of the product is an important task. So you should if you want this harvested crop to be kept for a longer time, then you should save this crop from the moisture, insects, rats and microorganisms. Actually the crop you harvest actually contains moisture. If you will store this crop in the same way, then your crop will not survive for a longer period, because it contains moisture, and due to this moisture maybe microorganisms grow. So if freshly harvested grains are stored without removing the moisture, then it may get spoiled. So what should be the first step? The freshly harvested grains or seed that you have harvested needed to be stored. So how you should store them? Firstly you should dry them. So how you are going to dry them? So before storing them, the grains are properly dried in the sun. सो आप सन रेज की हेल्प से इनको ड्राई कर सकते हो, सो दैट मॉइस्चर इसमें से रिड्यूस हो जाए, एंड दिस विल हेल्प टू प्रिवेंट द अटैक ऑफ द इंसेक्ट्स, पेस्ट, बैक्टीरिया एंड फंजाई. ओके, नाउ you have removed the moisture. Now where you have to keep them? So farmers actually store grains either in jute bags or metallic bins. You have seen that the metallic containers are there in your home, right? You have also seen the jute bags. So these jute bags and metallic bins are used for storing the crops. But what if you want to store the crops on a large scale? So these can be stored in a silos. So what are silos? Silos are the large structures. These are the large structures that are used to store the crop on a large scale. या तो silos में करो या तो granaries में करो. इसलिए प्रोटेक्ट करते हैं ताकि पेस्ट और रैट का और इंसेक्ट्स का इन पे अटैक ना हो सके. If you want to store food grains at home, then what you can do? Have you heard about the neem leaves? Yes. So what you can do, you can put the dried neems in the vessels that contain grains. So for storing large quantities of grain in big godowns. So before storing, what happens when you put the grains in a when you put a grains in a jute bags, then those jute bags need to be placed in the godowns. But firstly that godown should be properly maintained. It should be properly treated with the chemicals so that there should be no pest, rodents. So properly उसका क्या होना चाहिए? केमिकल ट्रीटमेंट होना चाहिए. You need to be spray you need to spray pesticides, insecticides. आपको वैसे केमिकल्स का क्या कर लेना चाहिए? यूज़ कर लेना चाहिए, so that there should be no effect of pest on these stored food grains. So students, like we have discussed that crops are utilized, crops are produced and managed and stored so that a large number of population can be fed. So there are many people that are living in the coastal areas and they consume fish as a major part of their diet. So you need food for your survival. So what about those people who are not having land for the cultivation of the crops? So for that, people rear and manage animals. So this rearing and management of the animals, this is called as animal husbandry. Why people rear, manage and care animals? So that they can also give you output as a feed, as a food. तो क्या मिलेगा? Meat, fish, eggs. So these are provided by the animals. So what you can do, you can rear animals at home or in farms, and that animal should be taken care of. They should be provided with the proper food, shelter and care. When this type of management of the and rearing of the animals is done on a large scale, then this process is called as animal husbandry. So students, this is all about the chapter. In this chapter we have discussed, let me give you the brief idea what we have discussed. We have discussed, in order to provide food to our growing population, we need to adopt certain agricultural practices. And in India, the crops can be broadly classified into two types based on the season. One is Rabi crop and Kharif crop. Then we have studied about Rabi and Kharif. Then we have studied about the various agricultural practices, that it is very necessary to prepare soil by tilling and leveling. Plows and levelers are used for what? Preparation of the soil. Then after that we have discussed the sowing of the seeds. So the sowing of the seeds at appropriate depth and distances gives good yield. Good variety of seeds are sown after selection of healthy seeds. Sowing is done by seed drills. We have also discussed that we have done sowing by seed drills. Then we have discussed soil needs replenishment and enrichment through the use of organic manure and fertilizers. So use of chemical fertilizers has increased tremendously with the introduction of new crop varieties. Then we have discussed supply of water to the crops at appropriate intervals is called as irrigation. Then after that we have discussed weeding involves removal of unwanted and uncultivated plants. Then we have discussed harvesting is the cutting of mature crops manually or by machines. Then we have discussed separation of the grains from the chaff is called threshing. So proper storage of the grains is necessary to protect them from pest and microorganism. So food is also obtained from animals, for which animals are reared, and this is called as animal husbandry. This is all about the chapter. I hope you have understood it. So thank you class.